6:31 on the big screens here. We're going to get underway with Shaheen Shah Afridi to start this year's T20 Blast, and the first ball is pushed back to the bowler and it's a dot ball. And it's interesting straight away, Kyle, I watched a little bit of the match. Derbyshire, as I say, have already played a game this year in the competition. Last Saturday they were heavily beaten by Lancashire, and Hyder Ali faced the first ball from Luke Wood. It was a big wide. Second ball, he was trapped LBW. Hyder Ali's got himself down the other end. He doesn't want to face Shaheen Shah Afridi, who comes in now and bowls, and Rees drives it back to the big Pakistan quick, who with his momentum he falls over, but he made a good job of stopping the ball, and I think he's actually perhaps just raked a little bit of the surface there. And umpire Steve O'Shaughnessy says, can I see the ball in case you've done some damage to that?
Yep, definitely has. I think going back to what you said previously, cricketers are very superstitious individuals, and I wonder if that is a little bit of superstition on what happened in their first game of the season, why he finds himself on the other end.
There's Afridi. 2 balls in, Derbyshire batting, and a little drop on the leg side from Lewis Rees, and we're underway. This the first game of the domestic T20 Blast this season, and a run for Derbyshire. You are following on 95.5 and 103.8 FM and online coverage of this Blast game. If you want to stick with the usual programming on BBC Radio Nottingham, Ella and her Ladies' Nights In is from 7 o'clock on your digital radio and on your smart speaker. David Jackson continuing with In the Game at the moment on there. So here we are. Hyder Ali not had Matt Carter in as a slip for the first couple of balls, but he has been dispatched into the outfield. And here we go. Afridi in, all down the leg side. That's well taken by Tom Moores. He had to be lively on his toes there to take that one, but it will have to be re-bowled. It's pretty loose, isn't it, down the leg side. It's a free run and almost a free hit for Hyder Ali.
Any sort of touch on that, and that flies away for 4, seeing as fine leg is up in the ring at this very moment in time.
It was an early examination of Tom Moores, just back, his first game back, having sustained a quite badly broken finger here at the start of April. Afridi in again, and he squared Hyder Ali up there. He was wobbling all over his stumps there, Hyder Ali, wasn't he? Totally off balance, and gets an outside edge, pushing it into the offside, and there's no run. It remains 2 without loss here at Trent Bridge. A glorious, glorious evening. You've really got to have a fanciful imagination even to believe there's any clouds up there. It's glorious overhead. Clear blue skies, warm sunshine. The crowd continues to build. Decent numbers. The 2 local rivals going head to head as Afridi comes in. 5th ball, bowls down the leg side, and it's off the thigh pad, and it's going to run away. There'll be a couple of runs after this. Samit Patel down below us slides just in front of the rope. Did a really good job there, Samit. That's got the old heartbeat up for Samit Patel. A good chase, but as you can hear, a good round of applause for Patel, local favourite of course, and it's 2 leg byes added to the total.
Just almost looks, sorry to interrupt you there, just almost looks like Shaheen Shah Afridi is trying to tuck Ali up with deep square and cow corner out.
Yeah, 2 men on that leg side fence on the Fox Road side. They're both looking into the sun here, and Hyder Ali, a little push past the bowler. Going to bowl 17 certainly. Bowling to Zach Chappell. Bowls, and Chappell swings from the hip, misses it. A slower ball?
It looked like a slower ball. Tom Moore's taking it on the bounce, so must have been a slower ball. Zach Chappell looked like he was very early on that, and I never thought I would say that to Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Yeah, I think it just bounced again, looking at it, in front of Tom Moores. So Afridi back into the attack. First couple of overs went for 10. Couple of leg side wides, which he won't be too thrilled about. Here he comes again. Can he get a wicket in this spell? Bowls to Chappell, drives down the ground. He runs the first one quickly. Nicely fielded. Right there in the deep, and there's only a single. 152 for 5. Brings Donald on to strike. Matty McKiernan, Mark Watt, George Scrimshaw and Zaman Khan to come. In the 17th over, a buzz around Trent Bridge. We've seen Notts fight back. Afridi bowls, strikes him on the pad. They're asking for another LBW. Again, it's turned down. There could have been a communication difficulty there, because Nye Donald, hit on the pad, was anxious to know what the umpire was going to make of it. Meanwhile, Zach Chappell was herring down towards him and had to be sent back. Afridi interested, the umpire not.
No, I think that is heading down leg side, unfortunately.
He comes again, Afridi looks in good rhythm, as you'd expect. Donald clips it out onto the leg side, and Donald runs into Afridi, or Afridi runs into Donald. They both apologise. They're both... It's always the way, isn't it? You bump into somebody on the pavement and you both say sorry, don't you? That just seems to be the way of things. But Nye Donald certainly wasn't meaning to turn and bump into Shaheen Shah Afridi, and he wasn't trying to impede the batter. And nice little exchange between the two of them, no harm done, and comfortable second eventually taken. 154 for 5, the Falcons, as Afridi bowls. It's gone for the scoop, another LBW shout, and Shaheen Shah Afridi gets the wicket. Boom, boom. 154 for 6, and Donald goes for 13.
This time Donald trying to go on the ram shot and missing it, and what's hit him on the pad in front of all three, and well, just by the looks of the replay, that is as out as you're ever going to get.
Yes, I know his father-in-law is the one they called Boom Boom, but when I interviewed him the other day and said, well, what do you like? Do you like Eagle? He said, I don't mind Boom Boom, I don't.
Tell you what, I used to love watching Boom Boom Afridi play. Not the worst person to be called after.
Well, here comes Matty McKiernan on his way out to the middle, coming in at 154 for 6. Matty McKiernan last year entered the record books for, I suppose as a bowler, for the worst possible reasons. In the quarter-final match against Somerset at Taunton, he went for 82 runs, 4 overs, no maidens, none for 82. I think Craig Overton gave him a bit of tap, and Riley Rousseau as well. 4 overs, none for 82. Here's Shaheen Shah Afridi to bowl to Matty McKiernan, and his first ball is Yorker length, and it's dug out. And despite that going for 82, it wasn't the worst thing to happen.